It's New Year's resolution time, which means there's a lot of people whose resolutions is to buy a home, but those people are asking who they should go to, a bank or a mortgage broker. Now, the quick and easy answer I'll throw up on the screen right now, which is if you go through a mortgage broker instead of a bank or retail lender, you're going to save over 10 grand per transaction. But if you want to know how they do it, here is how they do it. Now, the first way they save you over 10 grand is because mortgage brokers, unlike banks, actually shop around and find you the best rate between a lot of different companies. Well, if you go into a bank, for instance, they just have their one set list of rates that they offer customers. The second way they save you money is just by simply paying less people to do the mortgage transaction. When you go to a bank, they have a lot of people working for them for the most part. Like, they have a couple receptionists, a couple processors, a couple this, that, and the other thing. But if you go to a mortgage broker, generally they're a lot smaller, which means they don't have to pay 50 people, which means they don't have to charge as many fees in order to pay 50 people. They just have a team of 10 or 12 or 15. Now, the third and final reason of why you should most likely go to a mortgage broker instead of a bank isn't anything to do with price, but when you go to a mortgage broker, they're specialists in mortgages. When you go to a bank, they do deposit accounts or car loans and mortgages and a bunch of other things. So they're not necessarily just focused on one thing. So when you go to a mortgage broker, you're most likely going to get a guy that just focuses on mortgages and knows a lot more of the ins and outs of the industry. Along with, when you go to a mortgage broker, they have to be licensed and they have to pass a test in order to be licensed. But if you were going to go to a bank, they don't actually have to pass a test because they're FDIC insured, which is a whole nother thing. But because they don't have to pass a test and go to so many hours of classes and all that stuff, they generally know a little less than if you were going to go to a mortgage broker or a mortgage lender specifically.